What's going down, YouTube fam? Hey man, I'm so glad that you tuned into my channel, Conquering Addiction. Yo, today, man, I'm going to be talking about soul searching, right? Like, how cool is that, man? Can we soul search? Is it possible? Is it real? And honestly, like, what triggered this was I was on my Facebook the other day, scrolling aimlessly away, and I seen a post from one of my old friends that said, "Man, I'm about to get off social media for a little bit because I need to do some soul searching." I'm like, started thinking like, what is he going to do to like search out his soul? Like, does he have a plan? Does he already know? Is it even possible? And I started thinking to myself, like, well, Eric, what have you done? Have you done soul searching? And I thought back my journey of life and to where I'm at now and the choices that I've made and changed. And I honestly think that I have some amazing information that can dramatically help you in searching out your soul and finding freedom in recovery. Come on, man. I tell you what, man, we get out of that addiction and we get clean, man. And now the real battle is on, and it's to find freedom to not go back, right? Come on, somebody. Can I get an amen? Look, man, I'm going to just start with this is I want to talk about before I was like really into recovery and I was still pretty much in my addiction. I had seasons of my life where I was clean. Like I was absent from drugs, I was absent from alcohol, but my mindset was everything else is cool, right? Everything else is cool, right? But for whatever reason, I just kept finding myself back in a bad place of addiction, going through withdrawals because I went back to heroin or selling heroin, whatever, getting caught up in meth. I just kept finding myself in that situation. And finally, man, I hit a point in my life where I was like, man, I got to really look at like my life and what am I doing? Like I had to ask myself that question. What am I doing that keeps leading me back here? Because you know what, man? It's not nobody else's fault. These are tough questions that I had to ask myself. And some of the things that I decided to make a change on was the music I was listening to. Man, I used to listen to gangster rap, talking about murdering people, talking about, pimping hoes and talking about, getting money and driving all these nice cars, which I'm not against, what I'm saying? I like nice things too, what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. But I would listen to these things and then I'd watch movies that promoted the same exact thing, sex, drugs, murder, just all of that, man. I would watch it, man, and I'd soak it up, dude. And then I'd be on social media scrolling for hours, yo, aimlessly, and liking everybody's nasty post, right? Like I was all about liking everybody else's nasty post if I wasn't posting one of my own. Um, and then on top of all that, no joke. Sorry, I um, I was addicted to porn, yo, and I was shameless about it, dude. I would bring that stuff into my relationships, and man, it was pretty bad, yo. So you can probably imagine uh, how bad my thought life was, right? I allowed all these things in there, but when I looked at my life, these were the things I decided that I was going to make a change with. Just take that step of faith that, man, maybe if I change these things and even add some things, maybe my life might change. Even though I couldn't see how it would at the time, I did. I took a step of faith and I stopped listening to the certain kind of rap and I listen to Christian rap now and I listen to worship music because worshiping is definitely my thing. I love to just worship, man, and let God's, presence just come and do whatever he does. Like it's like he's the lover of my soul. Come on, somebody. And then movies. Like I'll, instead of just, hearing how good a movie is, now I'll actually do a little research on it and see what it's about. And then I'll make a decision on whether that is something I want to allow to be a part of my life. And then my phone, check this out. I don't have a lot of electronics. My phone is pretty much my main go-to when it comes to like accessing the internet. And I got a porn blocker on it. And my buddy, he has the code to unlock it, and he won't tell it to me, which is perfectly fine because it's saving me from a moment of weakness. And honestly, I'm a warrior. I'm gonna win a battle if I can win a battle before I even get in a battle, if I can. And this is one battle that I'm winning before I even get there. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. And then I've brought books into my life. I never used to read. Ever would I read. Never, ever would I read books. But man, I am addicted to reading books now, and they have been such a blessing to my life, and the things that it's done to my thought life is just amazing. And then I listen to like TD Jakes, Eric Thomas, Les Brown. Like I listen to those guys, man, motivationally speak. And you know what they talk about majority of the time? Man, you got to get your thought life right if you want to have success. Success starts in your thoughts. And it's just like, woo, man, well, how do I change my thoughts, baby? Well, look, man, you get some motivational speakers in your life, man. You get some books in your life. You stop watching the crap that you're watching. You stop listening to this crap that you're listening to. You start reading yourself some books, man, and your thought life will change, man. And that's where success starts. Success starts in your thoughts, man. You want to have a recovery of freedom that is, dude, then you're going to be successful doing it starting with your thoughts. And here, check this out, man. This is what these books and these motivational videos have done for me. Look, because of the way that they have formed and molded my thoughts, right? It's allowed me to walk away from my addiction a lot easier than it ever has. It's allowed me to really walk away in freedom and not look back. That's what has happened taking the music and the movies and the porn and replacing it with other movies and other music and then adding books and inspirational videos in my life. Like, it's changed the way that I think, and because this stuff is at the front of my mind, I can walk away from my addiction. Now check this out. What is our soul? Our soul in definition is this. Soul or psyche comprises the mental abilities of a living person's character, feeling, consciousness, memory, perception, and thinking. Look, our soul is like, it's our whole being. It's right here. How we think is our soul. That's why Jesus says this in Matthew 6:22. He says, your eye is like a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is healthy, your whole body is healthy. But when your eye is unhealthy, your whole body is filled with darkness. And if the light you think you have is actually darkness, how deep that darkness is. Do you know why Jesus would tell us that? Because he cares about our soul. Jesus cares about our soul. And he cares about what we're watching. He cares about what we're listening to, because he knows that that stuff is directly impacting our thought life. And our thought life and the way that we want our life to go starts right here. It does. You gotta take a real look and ask yourself, what are you doing to search out your soul? And you know what? Because he cares about our souls, it's through our souls we can find our our identity that God has placed in us. Like, God has given us an identity, and it's in our soul. Yo, what are you doing right now in your life to soul search? What are you doing? Are you really doing it, or are you just saying that you're doing it? So here's my question that I want to leave you with. What are you doing to soul search now? Or what are you willing to do to start? Look, write those questions down and give an answer to it and just start to do it. Right now in my life, man, I got a podcast hooked up to my car for leadership podcast where they're just talking about leadership and how to lead in the middle of crisis, and how to lead in your home and how to lead in your business. I don't got a business yet, but someday, man, I'm thinking I will. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking back in my past anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how powerful it is. Like, my thoughts are in the future, but I'm taking care of what I got to do now to get me there. This is how powerful our thoughts are, yo. You have got to start to make some serious changes. So write those questions down. What are you doing? Answer them. And if you're not doing anything, like on a real level, be real with yourself. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do to start soul searching today? Anyways, man, I hope you have an amazing day. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button now, and I'll see you next time. Later.